So, yes, we left on a pretty big cliffhanger last time, which was that David is alive. That's Javi's brother, who we thought was dead. Last episode, we also found out that basically he was quite a crappy husband to Kate, his wife. We have also kissed Kate, our brother's wife, our brother who we thought was dead's wife. But, you know what, I'm going to stand by it. I don't know what's going to go down this episode, but I'm really, really hoping for some drama on that front, because it's extremely juicy. And I'm going into this being like, I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to my guns. I kissed my brother's wife, and my brother sucks. So I'm ready to commit to that. That's what I'm going into this with today. That's my mindset that I'm going into this with today. Let the straights have some drama. Yeah. Yeah. Also, we've arrived at, I think it's called Richmond, which is like settlement or a place that's been taken over by the New Frontier. And the New Frontier is this kind of cult group that's essentially colonizing the settlements that have risen up since in the kind of years now since the zombie apocalypse started, which is quite an interesting setup. Also, for people who've missed the previous streams, I kind of assumed that we would be playing Clementine in this season. We're not. We're playing as Javi, which is fine, because I'm compelled. And it's nice to mix it up. But there are like short flashback segments where we get to play as Clementine for like a minute and stuff. Generally, the episode structure has kind of had like flashback elements to like Javi's family drama, like before the apocalypse, and Clementine's kind of flashbacks of what's happened between season 2 and season 3, and then kind of what's happening in the present day from Javi's perspective. So presumably they'll stick to that structure, but they might mix it up. Who knows? Okay, the extras thing is glowing, so I think this is a reminder of the decisions we've made. Yeah, okay. Looks like we can flip through the episodes, and let's have a quick reminder, because I think it's been over a week. I don't know, because everything is a blur right now. Okay. Chose to stay the night in the junkyard, chose to let the driver go, got locked up, went with Trip to the junkyard instead of Eleanor, escaped with your family instead of staying with Clem. Okay, yeah, we told David, Javi's brother, that Kate wants to leave him. So that's possibly going to cause some drama today. We surrendered at Prescott, I think the name of the settlement was. We took him. The him in question is this guy that everyone is calling Jesus, which I hate, at his word. We killed Conrad. Yeah, that was unfortunate, but he was threatening Clem, so... and we capitulated to Max's demands. I think Max is the guy who is from the New Frontier. So that's where we're at. Also, Kate is dying of sepsis, so hopefully we can stop that from happening, but unfortunately I'm not feeling very positive about it at the moment. Okay, episode 3, Above the Law. Shocking developments drive a wedge between brothers in arms. I just know this is going to be full of drama. I can't wait. Before we get into it, though, we're still raising money for medical aid for Palestinians, and we're so close to our goal, guys. So if you could spare any money, then we would really, really appreciate it. We're just under £60 away from our goal. So our goal is currently £1,750, and we're very close. we're gonna, what we've been doing so far is kind of like increasing the goal by £250 every time, just to keep some momentum going and keep raising money for MAP, which are a fantastic organization doing vital work of getting medical aid to Palestinians throughout historic Palestine, but particularly at the moment in Gaza, as the kind of ongoing genocide there continues. You can type in !Palestine or !donate in the chat to bring up our fundraiser link. I think that donate does that as well, I'm not sure. Donate might actually be something else, so just use !Palestine, sorry. And that brings up our donation link. If you want to make a donation, we would really appreciate it. Also, I never get the sound through my headphones because my headphones are linked to my monitor where the game sound is coming from, but not to my PC because my headphone jack on my PC is damaged. So I never hear the sound that goes off when you donate. So please feel free, if you have donated, to shout at me to acknowledge you. And also, if you want to learn more about why we're fundraising for MAP, then feel free to type in !BDS in the chat, which will bring up the links to the Boycott, Divestment and Sanctions website and the Decolonized Palestine website, where you can learn more about Palestinian history, the Palestinian struggle against settler colonization, and also how you can get involved through BDS, which is a call to the international community to boycott, divest and sanction the Israeli government and institutions of all descriptions who are complicit in this kind of colonization and genocide. So yes, if we do meet that goal, there will be a little giveaway. I think we have a giveaway pack of 4 indie games, one of which is Validate, which is a fucking awesome game. So if we reach that goal today, then we'll do a little giveaway, which would be fun. But yes. Okay. Let's get into episode 3. Oh, they do this every episode. Kind of appreciate it.
Previously on The Walking Dead.
You don't have to fill his cup up anymore, baby. Grandpa is sleeping.
No, Yaya. Pipo's awake.
Solamente está confundido.
Mama!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Okay. It's interesting that we're getting this reminder. Probably because it will come into play with the brothers' relationship, right? Okay. We might see this guy again as well. That might come into play.
Put your hands up. Close your eyes.
My girl Clem.
Thanks.
Oh, Mari. Rest in peace, Mari.
Oh, shit!
Oh, I forgot about that.
I have to stay with my family.
Go. I'll hold him off. I said go.
For me, it didn't show up the adjustment thing. Oh, okay.
What do we call you?
I don't know why it keeps coming up for me.
Sorry, forgot to introduce myself. It's Paul, but my friends call me Jesus.
I'm Paul. Okay, I'm just gonna call him Paul. No way in hell am I calling him Jesus.
I fucking knew it.
You're one of them?
You're goddamn right she is.
If you want to shoot me, shoot me.
How about I shoot your little boyfriend here instead?
God, why do people have to be like that when, like, a boy and a girl, like, children are friends? Oh, it's your boyfriend.
What the hell's going on out here?
Oh, there he is. Oh, boy.
Oh my god.
It's my brother and my wife. This game series adapts the choices you make. The story is tailored by how you play. Before we get into it, I actually wanted to mention something that Dean said in our Discord server that I've been thinking about because I don't remember if I I don't think that I had thought about it this way, but I was like, oh yes, that's really interesting. So Dean, or Dean the Disaster, who is also a streamer here on Twitch that you can go and follow should you fancy doing that. Dean was saying that it's interesting how in the first couple of seasons, in the first game you play as Clementine's caretaker, and in the second game you play as her, but then in the third game you're playing as someone who's meeting her for the first time and kind of interacting with her as an ally, which was making me think that that is like narratively interesting because we no longer have direct or indirect control over her. So it's the first time that we're kind of like in a situation where we're meeting and responding to her, but we cannot really control or influence her behavior, either directly by playing as her or indirectly by playing as Lee and kind of influencing her kind of belief system and upbringing, which I think is really interesting. Obviously we have these short segments where we play as her, but I think that's just something that I'm going to be chewing on during some of the like Clementine interactions, and what that kind of means for her character development and how kind of the narrative design of the game creates those dynamics. But I think we talked about this before. I think one of the...
I hate being out so close to dark. It's harder to see them coming.
I think one of the downsides, sorry, just quickly, one of the downsides is that I think that if there were a way to kind of do it with more complexity or avoid this problem, I'm not sure. But I think part of the thing is that a lot of players, I think that we could see from kind of the statistics, and certainly like from me experiencing like playing this game and stuff, I think when you play as Lee and then as Clementine, you get so like attached that you can't really respond to her in a neutral way, or like the way that Javi might respond to her if you were kind of trying to roleplay him more than you were trying to make decisions for yourself, because you're not your experience as the player is that you have all of this foreknowledge and you've already built like a rapport and a relationship with that character, whereas Javi is like meeting this person for the first time and doesn't have any of that. So it has a huge influence on kind of like the way that the player might approach these decisions.
Just gonna get that propane and then come right back.
I saw it in that pickup truck parked down the road a little, in front of the Wallace's house. I just wish there was an easier way to get it, and that we didn't have to risk life and limb every damn day for food and water and gas for the stove. Oh, am I babbling? I babble when I'm scared.
Nothing's easy anymore, Kate. But that doesn't mean we don't have to try.
I know. It's just hard to get used to, that's all.
We get over there, we grab the tank, and we get the hell back home. If we're lucky, we won't see a single one of those things.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, so this looks like a flashback a little bit after everything kicked off.
Let's take it and go. Empty.
You've got to be fucking kidding me! God damn it!
Bad move, Kate.
Of course it's empty. Why would we get that lucky? I mean, it's not like we needed it or anything.
Hey, don't beat yourself up about it. It was worth a shot. It just didn't work out.
I'm sorry. I'm just sick of this shit. I just thought, this one time, we deserve to catch a fucking break.
Oh. It's interesting how much she's struggling to adjust to this situation. It's a child? Is that what she's gonna say? Or is it someone they know? Damn, okay. He buff. Yeah, the amount that she's struggling to adjust
I was just
to this is
fucking scared.
You froze. It's okay.
I wanted to kill it. I really did, but I know him.
right.
That was one of Gabe's friends. True.
Oh, that's rough.
He was so sweet. He always had a smile on his face.
I'm sorry you had to see that. I'm sure he was a good kid.
He's not a kid anymore. He's just one of those things.
I'm using a
I
PS5
don't even know
controller.
what to call them. If they're not people, if they're just the dead, muertos.
That's what we'll call them.
I thought we were gonna die.
Oh,
I thought Gabe and Mariana were just gonna wake up and we would just be gone. When it was on you,
I'm right here, okay? I'm here. You're here. We're still alive. That's what matters.
Kate won't forget this. Ugh, I
Can we
feel
go
like
back
Kate's
now?
gonna die and I'm gonna get sad. She's definitely like got her flaws and stuff, but I do feel for her. I've been using an Xbox controller, so that might explain it. You mean whether or not the brightness adjustment thing was coming up? Maybe. Yeah, I think there's certainly just quickly kind of something to be said about like the whole white womanhood, like suburban privilege thing, and like how this influences like a certain attitude of like struggling to adjust that comes from like a place. I mean, I'm not trying to like be judgmental here, but I'm thinking about how sometimes part of this can come from a place of like jilted entitlement, and I think like a lot of the behavior that comes from like a lot of different kinds of white people, like white women or like disabled white people or queer white people, can come from this place that like, oh, like I'm supposed to be entitled. Obviously not in a conscious way, but I'm sometimes maybe in a conscious way, but generally in a subconscious way. Like I'm supposed to be entitled to like a certain kind of life, and if I don't get that because I'm marginalized, or in this case because a zombie apocalypse happened, then it's something that people can be really bitter and resentful about, and can react to in certain ways that aren't productive for them personally or for the community or anything. And I'm not necessarily comparing Kate to that, but I think that a lot of her kind of just like she's struggling so much to be like, you know, I think clearly this has changed over times, because what we've just experienced is like quite early on, but then even in the first episode and stuff, I think there's like part of her that like she has, you know, she is adjusting as much as she can to what's going on, but she's really struggling with it. And I don't know. I think that's a thing. It just reminds me of like so this bit of a spoiler. I'll try to avoid spoiling too much, but semi-spoiler for Yellow Jackets. I think that it's something that I see a lot with the character of Jackie, who I think about a lot because she's a really interesting and messy character, but partly like the way that she represents someone who clings so hard to the life that she had, like as a white woman, even though there wasn't like, you know, there were a lot of things about her life, especially because I read that character as being a lesbian for sure, there were a lot of things about that life that weren't perfect and that were like painful and difficult, but like at least in that life and the way that she'd found to occupy it, you know, captain of the soccer team, like popular it girl, etc., she had some kind of like power and social status, even if that was like based on false premises or was limited. She understood certain social scripts and how to follow them, and the life that she was in and that she was occupying, even if it wasn't like perfect and there were issues with it, I think that there are a lot of ways in which she just like clung onto that. She just could not let it go, and the way that it expresses itself when, I mean, this isn't really a spoiler because a lot of people know that the premise of the show is that this girls' soccer team crashes in the wilderness and they're stranded in the wilderness. A lot of the time when she's like struggling so much to adjust to this, when a lot of the other girls are just, they're struggling too, but they're just kind of getting on with it, you know, because they just have to. But the way that it comes across every time she's like, oh, I just really don't want to do like this, that, or the other, it does feel like a certain kind of entitlement, you know. Like, yeah, it's just, and again, it's not, I'm not necessarily being like judgmental, but I think that there's something in that, and that parallel kind of came to my mind for sure. Kate is struggling to keep her shit together for sure. I feel like some people just go straight into just deal with it mode and some people just can't. Yeah, it's interesting because I think that this theme was explored somewhat with Clem and Sara in season 2 as well. And I think that it's a very complicated thing because I'm very hesitant to think that this is just like human nature or like the way some people are and some people aren't, you know. I think that there is some degree of like, you know, people have like a certain temperament or they react to certain things in certain ways. So like, you know, two people will experience the same trauma, but they might react to it in a completely different way. And part of that is to just do with, you know, who knows, just like who you are, what your temperament is, whatever. But I think the reason why I'm kind of hesitant about only framing it in that way is because I think it perpetuates kind of like a natural selection, like social Darwinism, which is of course like a slippery slope to eugenics. So I think that like many things, there's multiple factors at play. But I do think that one of those factors when it comes to characters like Kate and characters like Jackie from Yellow Jackets is like that kind of entitlement of white womanhood and what has been taken away from them that they feel like they should be entitled to. And I think that it's just interesting because the whole time that I was listening to her talk, and you know, we've been talking throughout a lot of this playthrough about how a lot of these things are really happening to people in other parts of the world, right? But you never see it, you never think about it, you can look away. Obviously not us in this community because that's, you know, we talk about it all the time, but that's kind of the general attitude for like a lot of you know, middle class white people in Western society. And again, it's not like Kate's life was perfect, right? No one's saying that, and we saw some of the things that she was struggling with in that life, like with her marriage. But yeah, I mean, you know, the fact that before this zombie apocalypse you have people in the global south like experiencing like starvation and violence and like, you know, having to scavenge and survive and like blah blah blah, this is something that's been happening, you know. And it's like, that's at no point is that something that like Kate or people like that, you know, might kind of be similar to Kate like think about. It's certainly something that's never really like explicitly discussed in this game series. I think that there is a certain amount of people taking for granted like a very universalizing like picture of like, oh, the world was like this before and the world is like this now. And I think that, you know, often when people are talking about the world, which, you know, the phraseology of that is very charged because they're talking about the Western world, but they're universalizing it as the world. Like, oh, people have never been through this before, people have never struggled with this before, There was a before time and there was an after time, but it's incredibly, like Eurocentric, like America-centric. So yeah, there's a lot going on there that was just playing on my mind during that scene. It's because some people have had to deal with a lot of shit before and some people have a lot of privilege. Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's definitely a good point. Rather than necessarily being like your nature. So privileged people are less likely to get through these kinds of difficult circumstances because they have simply have never had to deal with things by themselves before. Yeah, I think that's definitely, it's just definitely part of it. Yeah. Yeah.
I know we all wanted to stay here in the house and wait for David to come back. But it's been 3 months since he drove away with your mom.
What are you saying?
We're not safe here. Not anymore. You and I could have been killed out there.
So they didn't think he was dead.
There's gotta be a safer place out there. Somewhere not so isolated.
So, we'll leave. Go somewhere else. Somewhere safer.
Somewhere with crazy thick walls, okay? And a gate that's 20 feet tall.
You really think the kids are gonna be happy with this plan?
The kids will understand. And if they don't, we'll just make them see it our way. We have to go.
How come? What if I don't want to leave?
Aw, so little.
Gabe.
We're safe inside the house. And I bet we can find more food in the neighborhood if we just look harder.
We need to find somewhere with more people around. People who are still alive. People who don't mind sharing their supplies.
We have our own supplies.
Not enough. Not anymore.
But what about Dad? What's he gonna think if he shows up and we just ditched him? We might never find him again.
Your dad would want us to do this, Gabe. He'd want us to survive.
We've been surviving. Here. At home.
Barely.
I think they were assuming at this point that he was dead. Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Right.
How about you guys go and I stay here?
You're a kid. That's not how it works.
I can take care of myself. If I need any help, I'll just ask my friends.
Oh, Gabe.
Gabe? Honey?
What? What's wrong with her? Why's she acting so weird? Uncle Javi?
She's sad. Because when we were out, we saw your friend, Drew. But it wasn't exactly him anymore.
You mean he was one of them?
We're so sorry, Gabe. So you understand why, don't you? Why we have to leave? If that happened to you, I couldn't bear it.
When do we have to go?
Tomorrow, as soon as it's daylight.
I want to leave him a note.
I'll help you get started. Okay?
What are we gonna tell him? I want to say something good. Something that won't make him sad.
Tell him we're gonna be okay. We're gonna stick together, and we're gonna get through this.
Okay. I'm gonna write it right now, so we don't forget.
Of course.
I'll help him.
Thank you. Really.
We'll just make him see it our way is so interesting. Ugh, look at him getting married in a fucking army uniform. Continuing on with themes of the dehumanization of children and such. Yeah, for sure. We had to move somewhere else. I don't know where, but Kate says we're not safe here. Please don't worry, we'll be okay. You told us well. Love, Gabe. Music is popping off. Interesting. I'm wondering why David left with his mother. Like, what happened? Why did David leave with his mother? Like, why did he separate himself from them? It's just quite interesting. Also, yes, sorry, I was adjusting Cowgirl Barbie so that, you know, she's always hanging out with us. But my room is a mess at the moment, and the thing that, like, holds her in place, I can't find it. So she's kind of precariously posed there. And she's liable to get knocked down if I swing my chair too hard or something, so RIP. He was going to the hospital with a grandmother because she got bit. Oh! Did that happen and I just forgot that? Sorry. Head is totally scrambled. I thought he was taking her to the hospital when she got bit. Yeah, okay, you guys are right. Sorry. God, here he fucking is. Okay.
Javi.
Okay, let's get ready to navigate some fucking drama.
I always hoped I'd find you. Never really thought it'd happen. Not after all this time.
I
I knew you were still alive. I knew it.
Hey, weapons down! This is my family!
You gotta let us in. Kate doesn't have much longer.
This is gonna be hard with Gabe as
Kate!
well.
David?
I'm here, honey.
Because
I'm right
Gabe,
here.
like,
What the hell
idolizes
happened?
his dad
She's
so
been
much.
shot. We got the bullet out, but she's still bleeding. We need your doctor. Now, David. Thanks, Javi, for getting her here.
I'm I'm feeling so antagonistic.
Max,
I'm feeling so antagonistic towards David.
I didn't say that!
Our doctor's gonna help you, honey. I'm gonna make sure of it.
Wait, I'm going with you.
I'm gonna try and be careful, but like,
Sorry, but the rest of you have to go straight to quarantine.
What for?
I think since
All
episode 2
newcomers
I've
get checked
been
for
really
bites, and they all have to answer a couple of questions.
not feeling David.
Our doctor will clear the two of them, but the rest of you have to come with me to the quarantine holding area. It's how we keep it safe for everyone.
If Kate's going to the hospital, then so am I.
Not yet. First, you go through quarantine, then we'll see.
God, this is bullshit.
Come on. The sooner you come along, the sooner we can get you cleared.
I'll be there as soon as I can!
Let's go.
Listen, I'm her husband and I'm Gabe's dad. That's who I am now. I'm curious to see how this turns out for you because I think I fucked up a bit. Oh god. Okay. No pressure or anything. Oh.
Trip.
Oh God, Eleanor! When we found the car without you in it, I didn't know what to think.
The engine up and died. I came here looking for help, and this happened. I've been so worried about Kate. I told them she needed a doctor. They promised me someone would look into it. Please, tell me they found her.
They definitely didn't look for her, because she was still in the car.
But that's crazy! I told them she was dying!
And clearly it wasn't a priority.
Well, at least those assholes realized she needed a hospital once they saw her.
I'm sorry, Javi. Really, but I didn't have any reason not to believe them.
I don't know about that, Eleanor.
The people here in Richmond, their new frontier.
Oh my
How,
God.
no, I'm
ain't even
suspicious.
heard the
I'm
first part
suspicious because how could she not have
One of them's
known
his
that?
brother.
They're wearing these fucking, like, brands on their necks and they're...
I didn't even know you had a brother, Javi.
Hey, nobody's more surprised than me. I thought the guy was dead. We haven't seen David in years. It's just been me, Kate, and the kids this whole time.
I don't even want to think about what the odds are, but he did seem pretty damn surprised to see you.
Whoever this guy is, he can't be all bad, right?
Who, David? I don't know.
He helped Kate instead of hauling her down here.
Of course he brought her inside. She's his damn wife.
But I guess fuck his brother.
You're kidding. Kate is married to your brother? The way you two acted around each other. I just didn't think she had a husband out there, is all.
Let's just say it's complicated, all right?
Maybe it's my fault for jumping to conclusions. Makes sense. You'd be so close, considering...
Family drama aside, hope you know I'm not about to make nice.
Oh god, I'm so stressed out
I know you
already.
didn't have much stake in Prescott, Javi, but they burned that place to the ground for no fucking reason.
After everything you folks told me, I'm guessing I'm not gonna find my people alive.
No, it's not not sounding good, Garrus.
Shot
I mean,
Kate.
Paul.
For all we know, your brother could have been behind it.
Listen, I'm my
It was
brother's, like,
his idea in the first
least...
place. If he knew about it and didn't stop it, that shit can't stand.
That's one hell of an accusation. Saying he had his own family shot. You
Oh,
really
I
believe
didn't
he'd
mean
do
that.
something like that after seeing how he was with Kate?
Could be he was just putting on a show for us.
That's crazy.
What was he like when you knew? You guys get along? He seemed happy enough to see you up there. At least at first.
Things between me and him were complicated. Some days we'd be at each other's throats. Other days we could shoot the shit for hours and still find stuff to talk about.
So he's a moody son of a bitch, huh? If your brother knew anything about what happened in Prescott, he's got to answer for it. They all do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
I owe
unsympathetic
that
to
comrade.
Tripp's point of view.
I'm not just gonna let things slide. I've never really been an eye-for-eye kind of man. But people died. We need to even out the scales.
We need to look like we're playing along with their rules. Go along with what they say.
For now.
For now. Then, when the time is right, that's when we demand justice.
They will remember that. Eleanor, why are you getting involved? I don't know. Eleanor is like
I would have been here sooner, but I had to take
giving
care
me
of
really fishy vibes.
something.
Fuck's sake, David.
Come on already. Kate's asking for you.
What is it with military
Maybe you think
guys
it's okay
called
to keep a lady
David?
waiting. Thought I taught you better than that.
What about the rest of my friends?
They're not invited. Hurry up now.
Looks like the rules don't apply to everyone, huh?
That's right. Some people get out of here early. Others stay a long fucking time.
Trip, just drop it, okay?
Smart cookie, this one.
Javi, just go.
I'm... Listen.
I'll put in a good word for you, okay? See if we can't hurry the process along a bit.
Thanks.
She's being very nosy about Javi and Kate's relationship. Well, there was definitely some, like, flirtation going on back in episode 1. But then she's... I don't know, some of her behavior has been really strange. And... there's no way she didn't know these guys were New Frontier. Why did she leave Kate in the car? Like... why is she being so nosy?
Go along with them for now? That doesn't sound good. We have a process. Our own way of doing things. Your guys better not have a problem with that.
God.
Things don't go well for troublemakers here. I hope that's clear.
David, you threw us in a cell. Don't expect us to smile about it.
We do that to protect our people. It's not personal.
You sure about that?
Come on.
Well, he took Kate, but not Javi, right? David sucks,
Where are we
but
going?
Tripp is also
Kate
doing
asked
the
for-
classic man thing of making things worse because he wants to act tough. Yeah, you are right. Like, I'm sympathetic to his point of view, but I don't think that he's helping the situation by jumping to kind of aggression. So, I don't know. I'm trying to manage this the best way that I can, but we'll see what happens.
You. I thought you'd want to check on her. Listen, Javi, Gabe. He told me some pretty messed up things. Things I need your help wrapping my head around.
He shouldn't have done that. I wanted to tell you myself.
Bad news is bad news. Who cares who delivers it? He told me you lost Mariana. Just a few days ago.
Don't blame me for that.
Oh. I'm sorry, David. She's gone.
He's gonna be an asshole about this, isn't he? But it's not.
It's strange grieving for the same person twice. Like losing something you didn't know you had. What was she like, Javi? She was so little when we got separated. Who did my little girl become?
Mariana saw things that the other people didn't. She told me she wanted to write down her memories to keep them alive after she was gone.
Sounds like her. Always was a dreamer. How did she die? Tell me how it happened. Please, I need to know.
She was just standing there, minding her own business. She just found her lost headphones in the dirt. She was smiling. And then someone put a bullet in her head.
Was that not one of his guys who
What kind of
shot
animal
her?
would just open fire on her like that?
An animal with your mark.
My people aren't in the habit of killing
Well, they
little
fucking
girls.
did, you prick.
David, I was there. They shot Kate too. Ask your buddy at the gate if you don't believe me.
Max was a part of this?
Yeah. Yeah, I bet you feel like an asshole now.
Fuck.
Oh no, not the consequences of my actions.
I need
prick.
details. What the hell went down out there? I need to know exactly what happened. Everything you remember.
Bastards knocked me out and threw me in their truck. I got away near this town, Prescott. The same assholes attacked us there. Their leader flooded it with walkers and tear gas.
Leader?
A crazy bald guy with a beard.
Badger, what the fuck have you done now? I'm gonna handle that stupid son of a bitch, okay? Do me a favor, keep this to yourself. The politics here, they can get messy.
I thought you were the boss.
There's 4 of us that run Richmond. You need to impress the other 3. Or you'll be back on the road by morning.
Fuck! Oh, you guys. I am so
Try not to stir
stressed.
things up. You and your friends could have a very short stay.
I can be impressive when I try. I'll follow your lead.
Just don't get cute.
David will remember that.
I run security here, but it's not like my word is law. This shit with Badger doesn't make things any easier.
Oh, hey.
Who's the fresh meat?
Ava, this is my brother, Javi.
The baseball brother? No shit. What are the chances of you turning up on the doorstep? Welcome to civilization.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Ava.
Oh, is it now? You didn't say he was a gentleman, David.
That's because he's not. Ava's my right hand. If there's anyone you can trust in Richmond, it's her.
Oh, she's pretty. Yeah. Yeah.
That woman, the fucking soldier. She was the first person I met up with after you and me got separated. I never would have made it without her. Gabe said you went back to the house. At the start. I'm sorry I never found you.
We waited for you. For 3 months. Eventually the house was overrun and we had to move. Why didn't you come back?
Mama and I got routed out of the city on the way to the
David
hospital.
will remember that.
It wasn't long before she...
Poor Mama.
I couldn't get back into Baltimore, so I hooked up with my old unit.
She was also maybe kind of flirting with Clem maybe in episode 2. I got a vibe. I'm not sure. Maybe she was flirting. If she was flirting, though, I... Absolutely not. Absolutely completely against that, because Ava appears to be a grown-ass woman and Clem is a 14-year-old girl. So, if she was flirting, then to me that's not the one.
Or we could build a safe zone outside DC. After what happened to Mama and everyone else. I thought you were all dead.
Well, you could have checked.
But you were taking care of them. weren't you?
Yeah,
Somehow you found a way.
they're my family, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I never thought you had it in you.
We took care of each other. And we all had each other's backs.
You've changed, brother. Took the end of the world, but you finally grew up.
Oh, shut the fuck up. I think she looks older than a teenager, for sure.
We're not staying long.
She definitely looks like she's at least, like, in her 20s to me, Ava. But I don't know if we can know for sure. It's my wife and my wife's husband.
Hey, kid. Got everything you
Awkward.
need? Yeah. This place is like a resort. Check it out, Javi. Noodles in a cup.
We need to get you some real food. Stat. Turn you into a soldier.
Oh, I'm really, really not happy about that.
Javi, I'm glad you're okay.
I was gonna say the same about you.
Damn, it's good to have you back. Look at this family. Look at my wife. Isn't she the most beautiful woman alive?
Come on. With the lights off, you could mistake me for a walker.
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah.
Don't get weird about it. Just say yes.
Oh, I hate this. I hate this.
Shit. I'll get the doc.
I'm fine. I just needed to talk to you, alone. I'm scared, Javi. More than I was the whole time on the road. Even when I thought
I'm completely stressed out.
Screams to get away
You're
from
right,
you.
Kate. I agree.
These people are killers. And David?
Yeah, I know what you mean. This place gives me the creeps.
I'm glad to hear
We need to get you better.
I was afraid you'd been won over by the security here. It's always been you and me on the road, Javi. That's how we've made it this far. Please, promise me we'll go back to that the first chance we get. This place. It's a cage. We can't let ourselves get locked in.
I promise.
It's going to get bad if we stay.
I'll find a way, Kate. You have my word. Rest up. You're gonna need your strength.
Oh.
I feel better. Knowing we're in this together.
No, I'm whipped. I'm whipped. That's my woman. That's it. A lot of ick. I hate this. This had me stressed in the chat. I can't imagine David respecting a kid in that way. No. From what we know, bad husband, can't imagine him to be a great father. If Ava was a teenager, I feel like he would be treating her differently, for sure. Gabe, step down, you little creep. Gabe is gonna... No, this is it for me. Kate is my woman. Me and Kate are getting out of here. That's what's happening. But I know I've said a bunch of stuff about, like, you know, her problems, but what can I say? I'm committed. You know, till death do us part. She's my wife now. This is gonna be really bad with Gabe, though. I'm really nervous about managing this with Gabe because he in the last episode he was so like, oh, I'm gonna try and be a man like my father, and we were very much like, no, please don't be like your father. But now his father is here and he's gonna turn against us. I just know it.
I don't want to be left alone here.
Feeling better?
How you doing, sweetheart? David reported some pain.
It's less now.
Strange how it just comes and goes.
I think she pulled her stitches when she sat up.
Her stitches?
I doubt it. But pain often comes in waves with abdominal wounds. I'll give you something to take the edge off, in case it comes back. Truly superlative work.
Gabe is about to be 100,000% worse.
All she needed was IV fluids and some antibiotics. How did you find someone with skills like these? A wound like this kills 9 out of 10. Whoever did this really knows their stuff.
That would be Eleanor. One of my friends you threw in quarantine.
Well, she's no use to anyone there. We should let her out. I'll vouch for her.
Agreed. I'll have Ava bring her here.
I want to meet this Eleanor. I'm sure she'll be an asset to our community.
You can vouch for the rest of them too, right?
It doesn't work that way, but we'll make the case for them soon.
Javi and I have to go meet some people now. See if we can't prove he's
The
worth
doctor
the damn.
calling her sweetheart is not it. Oh.
We're gonna take real good care of you.
Oh, she looks so uncomfortable.
Send my apologies, David. I won't be able to make it.
Bad.
Feeling okay?
Fine. I just want to keep an eye on my patient. The others know my vote is with you.
Come on.
God.
Remember what I said. When we meet these guys, keep what happened to Mariana to yourself. Badger is one of my guys, and I will handle him.
Oh God. Oh God. This episode is already driving me crazy. I just want to get my wife and my friends and my child and get out of here. That's my aim for this episode. Also Clem, wherever she is, but no, Clem didn't come here with us, did she?
It may look pretty, but it's all sugars. There's no substance.
It tastes pretty, Clint. That's all that matters.
I feel like Eleanor is going to end up staying
Ah,
here, and the doctor
brother.
is giving me the
Javi,
creeps. Yeah,
meet the
I
guys.
agree.
Clint runs food production. The crops you saw, that's him and his people. Jones, our bridge to the outside world. She handles contact with other settlements.
Pleased to meet you, Javi. I trust you've been treated well. I hope you haven't been handled too roughly. Some of our people left their courtesy with their old lives.
Oh yeah, the cell you threw me in was totally 5-star.
I'm sorry about that. We have to be careful. I'm sure you can understand. We were just about to eat. Clint was trying to convince me of the essential superiority of his creamed spinach over my magnificent Black Forest gâteau.
It's no contest. The spinach has real nutritional value.
Javi, take a look at that table. You tell me what you'd rather put in your belly. Spinach from Clint's garden, or a baked delicacy by yours truly?
Everything looks so good, I want it all.
So polite, David. You sure he's your brother?
Can't trust a diplomat. Always saying one thing and thinking another.
To be honest, though...
Please, make yourself comfortable.
Jesus, the way they're eating. Yeah.
We value straight talk here, so please.
Yeah.
Forgive me if I seem direct. We're usually pretty
We'll
strict
see,
about who we open our doors to.
We'll see
Your
what we
brother's
find out
word
about
counts
that.
for a lot.
Is that so?
The three of us and Dr. Lingard make all the decisions here, so yeah.
People who choose to stay with us, they have to deal with us bossing them around. Not saying you wouldn't, but it can be an adjustment. Especially for the more independent-minded. There's no structure out there now. People get used to doing as they please.
You'll toe the line. He'll answer to me if he doesn't.
When Joan and I met your brother, he was trying his hand at fruit.
Fruit?
We found him slowly murdering an orchard on the Shenandoah River.
Howdy fucking ha.
I helped him bring it back to life.
We had a good run there.
For as long as it lasted. What happened? What always happens. We trusted the wrong damn people. That's what led us to start this. Wondering what this fine piece of body art is all about? Have seen that mark a few times. You probably saw it at the gates. Right, Javi?
We all took it as a sign of commitment. It was a crude answer to a difficult problem, and it hasn't always worked. Please understand. We had a terrible winter just after we moved here. We lost a great deal. Loved ones who left holes in our lives. Protecting my people from that kind of pain, that's what keeps me awake at night. It turned me into a perpetual night owl. I know it's a lot to ask, but I never want them to have to experience loss like that again. I'm sorry. I realize you probably lost a lot. Not fishing for pity or anything.
Oh, I hate this.
What are you doing here?
I sent for him.
Since when does he answer to you?
From what I hear, he's well acquainted with your brother. They exchanged a few bullets outside our walls.
Is that right? Is there bad blood between you and Max?
Nothing that can't be worked out.
I want to hear that from Javi.
Let's just say I wouldn't invite him to my wedding.
Yeah, I wouldn't fucking go.
Good, because I just said you wouldn't be invited.
Max, how did this start?
Sorry guys, I'll catch up with chat in a sec.
Don't look at him. You have an obligation to tell the truth.
We caught him siphoning gas from one of our vehicles.
Max.
Sorry, David. I know he's family, but your brother's a thief.
Is it true?
I was scavenging whatever I could find. I had no idea it belonged to you.
If you just asked, we'd have given it to you.
He didn't fucking know. Come on.
That's not all. Rufus said Clementine ran his truck off the road just to break him free.
Clementine?
A girl we had trouble with in the past. You can always judge a man by the company he keeps. Running with that girl don't look good.
I would say not.
Well, let's judge you then. You got some colorful friends.
So what if Javi met up with Clementine? It doesn't mean anything.
We kicked her out for a reason, David. Now the two of them are thick as thieves.
This is who you're asking us to vouch for, David? Seriously? You know we can't just open our doors to bandits. We're trying to build something different here. Something resembling civilization.
You think I'm bad? You have maniacs running around out there who are much, much worse.
I'm not sure what you mean. We hold our people to the highest standards.
Javi?
You have something to say?
One of your people, some asshole called Badger, he put a bullet in a little girl, my niece, David's daughter.
What? Damn it, Javi, I told you I'd handle it.
No, David, this cousin fucking dirtbag has the balls to accuse me? He and Badger destroyed an entire town.
That's enough!
No. We need to hear this.
Go on, Javi. Sounds like you've got more to get off your chest.
They killed a hostage in cold blood. A woman, Francine.
Badger did that, not me.
You were right there next to him.
I tried to get him to stop, I swear.
Cut off her damn finger first.
Max!
I tried to stop him, I swear. He was out of control.
David, we warned you about getting your soldiers in line.
We don't know all the facts.
We know enough.
She's right, David. You've lost control.
I want them gone.
This
All
is
of
really
them.
interesting.
Take Javi and everyone in the
Because
quarantine to the gate.
David wanted us not to talk about this to protect his reputation. That's what I'm understanding now. Fucking prick. He cares about his daughter being murdered less than he cares about like maintaining his reputation in this fucking place. What's funny is you've been choosing pretty much all the same dialogue options as me. Well, I mean, it makes sense because of the whole lesbian hive mind thing, you know? Although I went with cake. Fair enough. I think I was kind of operating on the thing that, like, I could have dinner and then have dessert. You know? The way that they're eating when so many people are starving, yeah, was thinking that as well. I'm sure that governmental system works. Yeah, it seems to be working just fine. Yeah, the petrol didn't belong to anyone and there was literally no one around. How was he supposed to ask? You're right. Wow, I hate these guys. Yes, we've fucked over David. Hopefully this won't bite us in the ass, but it seems that, I don't know, I think we'll see. We'll just see what happens.
Them out with enough weapons to defend themselves, but no
I'm doing
more.
my best.
Look, we can't fight this. Not now.
Kate and Gabe will be safe here. Your doctor friend too. But the rest of you, you're gonna have to do what they say. I'm sorry.
I can't leave Kate and Gabe alone.
They won't be alone. I'll be here to take care of them. I can't help you now, but maybe I can down the road. Just stay alive. Okay?
I hate you, David. I hate you! So they are now kicking out the rest of the group. Yeah, I think maybe I fucked it up, but I just couldn't, like... I don't know, I couldn't just sit around and, like, make nice. I went in with the best of intentions.
You're lucky
but...
I don't gouge your fucking eyes out with my thumbs. You hear me, asshole?
Oh. Hello, Ava.
David packed this.
He did. They said...
Start walking.
What about Eleanor?
Walk.
Eat shit. Answer my fucking question. God damn it, Javi!
This isn't her fault, Trip. You're mad at the wrong person.
Do not fuck this up. There's a settlement a few miles west of here. Don't come back.
But I need to come back for my woman. And my shitty son. Damn, she can throw a punch, yeah. Yep.
Did you piss in someone's oatmeal back there? Thought you were gonna play along. We trusted you.
Everything was going okay. At first. I don't know what happened back there.
Yeah, well, I got a pretty good idea what's gonna happen out here.
Let's just see what they gave us.
Knowing them, it's probably a butter knife and a stick of gum.
They could have just shot us.
More than once.
Oh, how fucking neighborly.
Maybe this turns out differently if you don't spill the truth. I don't know, I did the same thing. Like, what did the group even do? Javi told them their cards suck. I don't know.
What's that?
Somehow we got kicked out even
Looks
though
like a
they
map.
were the ones who
I
fucked
doubt they
shit
give
up.
one to everyone. Ava did say David packed the bag.
Why the hell is it tied to a baseball bat?
David's sense of humor was always poorly timed.
Okay.
Okay. There's Richmond. That helps.
But we can't go back there.
Knowing where it is lets us know where we are. Looks like they're expanding. Some of these areas are marked clear.
Colonizers.
Pretty sure David wants us to go there. And if this is us here, then I think we can head along this path. Just gotta head north. And to find north,
we need to find the North Star.
Oh, thanks, Paul. Hi, GB. Welcome. How are you doing? Okay, those are my 3 options. I'm trying to see if I recognize any of these, but the only constellation I've ever been able to figure out how to, that I've ever, like, gotten quite good at spotting was, Orion the Hunter, so, no idea. And I'm trying to see if I can recognize any of those now, but clearly I have work to do.
that's it.
Is it?
We need to go this way. What else is in there?
Not a whole lot. Flashlight. Not enough weapons.
The biggest and the brightest. Yeah, I was trying to look for, the one that was, like, the brightest.
Let's go.
But between those 3, I couldn't really tell.
Trip, come on. What's up?
I can't lose anyone else. I'm telling you, I can't. Prescott, Conrad, maybe Eleanor. It's too much.
You won't lose anyone else. I won't let that happen.
Javi with the
I'm gonna
baseball
hold you to
bat
that,
is a slay. Big fan of using
Sorry,
that baseball
man.
bat as a weapon.
Rough
I love
day,
a
say
game
the
where you
least.
could use a baseball bat as a
I
weapon.
know you got my back, and I got yours.
One of my go-tos in the Fallout series.
After you.
Because I usually do better with a melee weapon than ranged weapons in a Fallout game. I can only really use ranged weapons if I rely on VATs, because I'm absolutely shit at ranged combat in Fallout. But I think that's not entirely on me. I think that's partly the game design.
I gotta tell you, man. I thought you and Kate were, you know.
We are! That's my wife.
I mean, I saw you kiss her in the junkyard. And, I ain't judging, mind you. I'm just curious. What's the story? Ain't my business, I know. But what have we got to lose out here? Hey, man. It's alright. Go for it.
I do have feelings for her. Maybe I shouldn't, but that doesn't just make them go away.
No harm in saying it. Hell, only real harm's in not saying it when you should. It's always a mess, ain't it?
What's that?
Who you love, who loves you, if they're one and the same or otherwise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Goddamn mess.
And it never quite washes out. Eleanor and I, we were...
Yeah.
Something. At some point.
Oh, really?
But nothing now. I respect her wishes.
I keep thinking I promised Kate I would get her out of there.
I just wish my heart respected mine.
Oh, Trip. I think you need to find someone less snaky
Jesus got his eye
to be
on
in love
something.
with. Just please stop calling him Jesus. I can't.
What you got
Oh,
for us,
thank
man?
you for redeeming a hydrate.
Tell me that isn't what I think it is.
About a quarter-mile out. Heading the same way we are.
Well, we could hit walkers any second.
Doing okay, all
We better
things
scoot.
considered. Thanks, GB. Glad to be hanging out and playing more of this game. Even though it stresses me the fuck out. I'm just so hooked.
Okay, look alive, people. I got him.
Ooh, okay, nice one, Paul. It's the garrison. Ooh, yeah. I wish it was wish we could get it decked out. A baseball bat with like barbed wire or spikes is really the vibe.
Batter up, fuckface.
Come on, man. Move your ass.
You want a piece of this?
Oh. Oh shit. Clem? It's gonna be Clem, isn't it?
You should be more careful with this.
The she.
We're even now.
I thought you were getting out of here.
I was. The walkers are everywhere. I had to cover myself in walker guts to get away.
Come on. We're heading to a factory nearby. Should be safe.
I thought you were going to Richmond.
Yeah.
Frontier kick you out?
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me. Not one bit.
No thanks to David, and no thanks at all.
David? That asshole's still around.
This is gonna sound really weird, but he's my brother.
Wait, this place we're going, David sent you there?
It's supposed to be safe.
Yeah, I mean,
Clem.
I don't know how much I trust it either.
You can't trust him, Javi.
The trust, I know, Clem.
Learned that the hard
You don't
way.
need to tell me, girl. I know I can't trust that prick.
I never wanted to need people again, but I had nowhere else to go. The new frontier gave me this and made me one of them. They promised they'd help him.
AJ, right?
That turned out to be a lie.
Ooh, here we go. Here we go. Gonna get a little flashback Clem segment.
Believe it or not,
We're gonna get you the medicine you need, AJ. I don't care what they say.
She needs a little baby sling situation. You know? Oof, okay. Oh, poor little baby.
Huh?
Oh, shit.
Just like that little guy.
A poor baby looks so unwell and so sad. Vanco, I didn't really get to...
Hope I don't have to use that.
Didn't get to read that properly.
River Oxpan. No, I don't think this is
Vancomycin, if I'm saying that correctly. Thanks, Evelyn. Do you know what it is?
Prox. Not that one. Here it is.
Okay. Well, it looks like one that needs a syringe.
It would have to be a
Yeah,
shot.
yeah. It's an antibiotic. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, sorry, babes. We're gonna have to give him an injection. Yeah, I figured you would.
This is gonna get you better.
Sometimes they could make these button prompts a little bit clearer. Like what they want you to do.
Clem.
Dr. Lingard, what's the matter with you?
I'm fine. Clem, please don't. The vancomycin. That's the last of it.
Well, I'm sorry.
It'll be wasted on AJ.
No, it won't.
I told you. It could save someone's life if used right.
You don't know that for sure.
Sadly, I do. It's my curse.
Your curse?
Knowing when someone's gonna die.
Oh, shut up.
I'm sorry, Clem. I tried everything. I really did.
This will help him get better.
Nothing can help your boy now. Clem, put the drugs back before anyone finds out you
No, I'm giving the drugs to my son.
You know what they do to thieves here.
I have to try. Come on, goofball. I need you to be brave for me now, okay? Shh. See? It's not so bad.
Oh, he's such a sweet little baby.
AJ.
What the hell is this?
I told her it was a bad idea.
It would be wasted on a child, prick.
You fucking high again? Pull yourself together before the others see you. Deal with the damn kid. What the fuck were you thinking?
Well,
You were told those drugs couldn't help him. How could you be so stupid?
Did you think I would just give up on him? AJ is everything to me, David. I'd do anything to keep him alive.
Except there's nothing left to do. That waste? That'll cost someone's
Shut
life
the
down
fuck
the road.
up, David.
Someone in this camp.
God,
Someone
I hate
who contributes
this guy.
to our survival.
Come on, David. She was just trying to help her kid.
Thank
we
you.
helped enough. We should have left him out in the woods a week ago.
Wow.
Look, it's
wow.
helping.
He's
Doesn't work
going
that
all
way,
out
Clem.
like fucking
You bought him
asshole.
a peaceful moment. Nothing more. I wish I could tell you it would save him. But that's the reality.
That's more than you did. Any of you. That's not fair.
You ungrateful little shit. We
The
opened our
first
arms
chance
to you,
I
made you one
get
of
to
us.
kill
This is
David,
how you repay us?
it's over for
By
him.
stealing?
It's over
By
for
putting
him.
yourself before the group? You're done here. You broke our rules, Clem. Violated our trust.
I made the right call. One you refused to make.
Well, I'm making one now. Get your shit and get out.
It's over for you, David.
Maybe we should give her another chance.
Don't fight me on this, Paul. You know what Joan would say if she were here. I'm sorry, Clem. You brought this on yourself.
Come on, AJ. We don't need this place anyway.
As
He stays. Can't take him with you. That ship has sailed.
Get out of my fucking way. Right now.
Clem, he's in no condition to travel.
Let him go, Clem. He'll only drag you down out there.
No, I'm fuck all of you. No! Fuck all of you.
You monster!
They're doing this to children. They're doing this to
What about
children.
What was it all for? Don't forget, I'm one of you.
Not anymore.
Wow. This is what they kicked her out for? This is so
Let her
fucked.
say goodbye.
No, this is
We
completely
owe her
fucked.
that much, at least.
And fuck you too, Ava.
You heard her. Say what you need to say, then you go.
Really, Clem?
You're a piece of work. You know that?
You deserve everything you get.
Okay, yeah, fuck her too. No. It's absolutely fucked. She is a child as well.
I thought AJ would be the one. Finally.
The one what?
The one who didn't die.
Don't. Don't. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. So they don't want to have AJ. Don't want AJ to have the medication, but they also don't want him to go. Yeah, fucked. I was thinking that as well. Like, what the fuck is even your agenda? Like, you're justifying it as like, oh, like he can't have the medication because he's gonna die, so we're gonna give it to someone else who's like more worth it. Whatever the fuck that means. Like, fuck that. And like, how is that decision even made? But also, like, if you think that he's dying anyway, like, why would you keep him for any other reason except to, like, hurt Clem and make Clem miserable? David was literally saying we should have left him, like, this sick child, like, in the forest. Absolutely fucked. Like, can't see any other reason to do that except to, like, hurt Clem and to, like, have some kind of power play. It's fucked. It's fucked. No, that's it. I feel like when I was starting this episode, I was like, oh, I feel kind of antagonistic towards David, but maybe I'll try and give him a chance, you know? And now I'm like, this motherfucker is going the fuck down. I'm gonna steal his wife. I'm gonna steal his son. I'm gonna destroy his cult. I'm gonna take everything from him. He's finished. He's ruined. Fuck him.
That's what I get for trusting other people. Again.
It's the motif is from the title menu of season 2. Clem.
This is what David circled on the map.
Our smelly friends are back.
I love how I'm gonna steal his wife is priority #1. Yeah. What can I say? I think that's the thing that will make him the most upset, so that's part of the reason. Like, his masculinity, he's gonna feel so, like, emasculated by that, which is not me, like, taking for granted this stupid idea of, like,
if too many of them push against this, it might give.
Masculinity and taking someone's masculinity away. Obviously, all of that is fucked, but I mean that because he's, like, a fucking, like, egotistical, like, patriarchal fucking prick. He loves having power over people. He loves, like, lording power over his wife and his children and his brother and everyone around him, like literal children who are just trying to survive. And like, he has that fucking, and because he's like an army guy and stuff, he, like, as a person has that, like, idea of, like, you know, his manhood and, like, how these things, like, having this power over people makes him a man. So I'm not, just to be clear, that I'm not trying to normalize that idea of, like, what makes someone a man. That's, all of that's stupid, but he believes that, he feels that way. So I'm gonna attack it because it will destroy him.
Gotta find a way in. A garage door. Might be able to get in that way.
It could be full of walkers.
Only one way to know for sure. Come on, man. This thing ain't as strong as we thought. Hurry it up.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I didn't realize it was gonna be timed. Shit.
Here they come.
Fuck! I can raise it a little, but something's wrong with it. Jammed or some shit.
Maybe we can force it open.
We're gonna have to. Well, there's a car. With no wheels. Shit! God damn it! We can use that floor jack to lift up the garage door.
Yeah.
The handle's missing.
The handle's inside. Fuck!
Shit.
Pick up the pace, Javi!
Oh, I am not. This is not going well. I'm not going fast enough. I'm trying my best. Hopefully that's enough. Come on, we grab that handle. And we grab the floor jack. Okay. Okay.
It's not home.
Almost there.
Get that door open.
That's it. Won't go any higher. Everyone get in.
Nice roll. Drop and roll from Clementine. Nice one, Paul. Damn.
Javi, go.
Come on, Trip. Whew. Okay, close call.
Come on, Trip.
Also, sorry, hydrate moment, but also I've got this lovely, I don't know if you can see it. Got this lovely Palestine, sorry, I'm trying to, yeah, bring it close to the camera, Palestine sticker on this new water bottle. I'm going to put a bunch of other stickers on it as well, because now I have a place to put stickers. It's got like the outline of historic Palestine on it, and then the Palestine flag colours. So we've got red, black, and green, and then obviously the white, which are all the colours of the Palestinian flag. Can't wait to take this to the gym and start some beef with some people, or make some new friends. You know, you never know. Because there are two kinds of people who recognize this outline, and there are two very different things that they might say. So this came with a package that I ordered from Pally Roots. So definitely check them out. A lot of their stuff just has like the outline of the map of historic Palestine on it, but I ordered a package from them when they were doing a collab with Eliana, who I love. Eliana is she's a Chilean Palestinian pop artist. She's just fucking amazing. Like, Arabic pop is so back, and Eliana is the princess of Arabic pop. She's just so good. You should listen to her stuff. It's great. But she was doing a merch collection collab with them, which is that little necklace that you've probably seen me wear. It's like the gold chain, and then it has the red heart, and there's gold text بالعربي on it, which says قلبي فلسطيني, which means my heart is Palestinian. I love that. Love that necklace. And then also my bandana, actually, which do I have it here? No, I don't think I have it here with me, which is a shame. But my bandana that you've seen me wearing was also her merch as well. So yeah, a little plug. I mean, she's not sponsoring me. I'm not getting anything from her. But, you know, Eliana, if you knew who I was, then that would make my entire life.
Door! Hurry! Get that goddamn jack out of there! Damn, man! That was too close.
That's pretty close. You're right.
Hopefully that door holds him.
Apparently she's going to be doing a show in Vancouver in November. Oh, that's so exciting. I wish I could see her live. I don't know if she's coming to the UK at any point. Inshallah.
Hey, I'm here! David!
She's has such a beautiful, beautiful voice. I've seen some of her live performances.
Baby killer in.
No! Yeah!
Don't make me do this.
Clem.
Don't do it, Javi.
Hey, open up!
He'll die.
He deserves worse.
Been listening to her stuff recently. It's really good.
Man. We need to barricade the door.
Yeah, it is. It's great.
Did you let him turn? Tell me!
Answer her question. Now.
David will remember that.
We didn't have to worry about that.
What the hell does that mean?
He lived, Clem.
Fucking prick. I can't believe you stole her baby.
He lived.
You were gonna kill her baby, and then you stole her baby, and then you kicked her out. Fucking prick.
But how? He was dying. Clem said so.
AJ bounced back. He was stronger than we thought.
Well, no fucking thanks to you, who was gonna leave him to die in the woods. Those were your words.
You're lying.
Let him answer.
I know, it sounds like I'm trying to save my own skin. Clementine, please, I'm telling the truth.
Where? Where is AJ now?
I don't know for sure.
But he's in Richmond?
Dr. Lingard took care of the boy. He'll know how to find him.
Then I'm going back.
None of us are going anywhere until
I'm going back for my son, Clem's son, my wife.
What's your plan, David?
We used to store vehicle up this way. Provisions. I came to get you set up.
And
say goodbye. I don't want you to worry about Kate and Gabe. I'll take care of my family from now on.
No, you prick.
They'll be safe with me.
Not happening, David. They're my family as much as yours.
Is that what you think? Last I checked, Kate was my wife and Gabe was my son.
Fuck you.
Shit.
Board it up.
Such a fucking man. It's giving social worker vibes. Yeah, so... Yeah, really good point, Lost of Theory. So... Yeah, I guess, like, the way that... Just unpacking a little bit, the way that you know, the New Frontier's like system of governance and stuff works, and the way that they handled that particular situation was by being like, you know, was separating Clem from her child and painting her as being like selfish or as like an unfit carer or whatever. And there's obviously like a lot of ways in which it's specific to like the situation of what's happening in this story in this universe, but that's what that's kind of what the foster system and the social work system often perpetuates, is the separation of families, particularly working class families and racialized families in particular. We talk about this loads and in our video on Life is Strange True Colors, because of how Life is Strange True Colors is about you play as Alex Chen, and Alex like grew up in the foster system, so we talk about that a lot in that video. But specifically like the system of like social care or like social work and like fostering and etc. is a system which essentially like families are struggling like overwhelmingly because of poverty, and the system instead paints usually like racialized mothers and like racialized mothers as unfit and racialized fathers as like absent or unfit in that way. And also like white working class people are very affected by this as well. And separates families, which causes more trauma. It often, you know, in the case of a lot of racialized people, like Indigenous people in particular, in kind of the Turtle Island context where this game takes place, like severing, like perpetuating cultural colonialism and like separating children from their parents, often putting them in white families, because white foster parents are usually the ones who have like the money and the documentation and all of that to meet this insane criteria to be able to like foster or adopt children. So there are certainly like ways in which there's like a resonance here for that. And yeah, it's interesting because Clementine is not AJ's biological mother. She's also very, very young. And there's a lot about how... It makes me think specifically about how, like, young girls, like teenagers, like teenage mothers are treated by this system, because teenage, usually working class mothers, because, like, I don't know, teen pregnancy is... We could have a whole other conversation about that phenomenon and how it's like understood and how it's characterized and etc. But I think that our broad cultural discourse about teen pregnancy is very classist, like very, very classist. And there's a lot to unpack about that. And often like teen mothers don't really have any agency. And we do kind of like normalize the separation of teen mothers from their children, rather than thinking like, okay, like if a teenager is pregnant and okay, I know that this, I'm thinking a lot about this now as I'm speaking about it, and maybe this is a hot take, I don't know. But I think that our society's approach to teen motherhood is usually like, oh, children can't really make decisions and they can't like take care of children and blah, blah, blah. So the best thing for a teen mother to do if they don't have an abortion, like if they want to have the baby, is to give their baby away. And never is it like, okay, obviously teenagers are very young and they still need like a lot of support, but so does everyone. And, you know, everyone, when they're a parent, needs support, not just from like a potential partner, but from family, community, etc. So this has a lot to do with kind of the normalization of the nuclear family as well. But like if a teenager really is like, no, I really want my baby, the way in which like our media and our culture normalizes that she can't know what she wants and she has to prioritize what's best for the baby and like blah 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 is like really troubling in a lot of ways. And I think it's really connected to, yeah, obviously that kind of like classist characterization of unfit mothers, but also the whole conversation that we've been having about like children and how children don't have any rights or any agencies. Because I don't know, like if that was something that she really, really wanted, then why wouldn't her parents and her family and her community be able to like help her take care of her baby? You know, we never consider that as an option because, yeah, I know that that's potentially a hot take, but I think I stand by it. I was going to say teen moms are only a problem because they don't fit into normative standards of nuclear families. If we had more of a community-led society, it would not be considered such a societal evil. Yeah, no, I really... Yeah. And in Clementine's case, it's like she's 14 right now, right? And she's been looking after AJ since she was 11 or 12 years old. That's obviously very, very young. But she's been doing a damn good job of it. And she cares about that child and she wants to take care of that child. And she like, there's absolutely no reason to separate her from that child. What she needs is for people to help her and that child. Like, we've talked a lot about in the previous season how people were adultifying Clementine and nobody was giving her care or asking about her needs or like all of this, and how that has to do with kind of the position of racialized children. I think that bringing her as kind of like a teen mother into this situation, I know that that's something that like I've been thinking about, like how I'm talking about it and how I've had a certain hesitation to like characterize it in that way. But she basically is that child's mother. Like, her age doesn't matter, you know? Like, you could say, oh, because of the age, it would be more appropriate to like call her a sister or whatever. But she's its mother. Like, functionally, she's that child's mother now, right? She's been looking after that child since its biological mother died. Functionally, she is that child's mother. She's like his anchor, like, support system and parent. She loves him. She wants to take care of him. Like, functionally, that is a mother. Like, if you understand motherhood in the way that I generally do, which is that it's not just a biological thing, but it's like a practice of, you know, being someone's parental or guardian figure, and doesn't necessarily have to be gendered in that way, but in this case, because Clementine, as far as we know, is a girl and identifies with that, then yeah, functionally she is that kid's mum or parent or whatever. And yeah, the way that this community is like, you know, first they, because of being like, oh, we prioritize the greater good and that baby is going to die and that medicine could be given to someone who won't die. Whereas Clementine was like, well, we have to try, right? We can't just say this baby is going to die and then get rid of that baby, even if it wasn't like her, basically her son. And that's fucked up in the first place. That's like obviously eugenics, right? Like, that is what that is, which is something that's come up a lot in this series again. And then they characterize her as like selfish and a bad person for all of this stuff, and then characterize her as like an unfit mother and separate her from her child, and say, you know, we have the resources, we can take care of him, blah blah blah. Fucked. And yeah, it does fit into this broader cultural conversation. There's definitely parallels there. Sorry, I don't know how much of that made sense because I was like thinking aloud more than I was like trying to communicate something I'd already considered. It reminds me a bit of Sean and Daniel because Sean becomes Daniel's sole caregiver. Yeah, for sure, because he becomes more than a brother, right? I don't want to like get too personal or talk too deep about this, but like there have been times that I've said my older brother did a lot of parenting for me. Like he did. Like he just did. Like he's my big brother, but also like he was the best parent I ever had because functionally that's what he did. Sometimes more than my parents did, right? And that's unfair and he shouldn't have had to do that, but he did, and I'm grateful that he did. And there have been times where I've said like, oh, like he was like a father to me. You know, he's also my brother, but there were times that he was like a father to me. And people have said, oh, that's weird. And I'm like, well, that's how I experienced it. Because functionally, he was parenting me, right? So everyone either criticizing his parenting, not helping, or actively trying to take Daniel away from him as well. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, there are definitely parallels between the Sean and Daniel relationship and the Clementine and AJ relationship, and a lot of that is shaped by them being children and them being racialized. And yeah, I mean, the way that like racialized mothers and fathers, especially like in poverty. So, and in Sean and Daniel's case, they're homeless, and in Clementine and AJ's case, also, you know, functionally they are homeless because of this new paradigm where everyone lives. So the kind of congruent factors being poverty, racialization, and childhood, them being children, their age, basically. Yeah, sorry. Rambled.
We need something to buffer. Something heavy.
There! Help me!
Wait a half second. Where'd you find this?
Over there.
Show me.
What?
What the hell is all this?
These could come in handy. Don't want to just take them, but...
I might be going crazy, but... I think these came from
Prescott. Yeah, they're all marked Prescott Airfield.
That's Phantom Punch.
I don't understand how all this got here.
Like you don't know.
They steal shit.
None of this stuff was here
No,
before.
they're stealing shit. They're colonizers.
Thing to do with
they're literally colonizers.
We've only ever kept a few basic supplies here for scouts, for emergencies.
Your people looted this stuff from Prescott, David.
Come on, we can't know that.
Who else knew about this place?
Your outfit is the only one that gutted my town.
Yeah.
This is bigger than just
It
Prescott.
is.
There's spoils from other towns here too.
Okay, and continuing
back.
with the colonization
There's
theme.
stuff here from the kingdom.
And what Charlotte brought up earlier, right? Like that, like, oh, they're eating like this when other people are starving, and like continuing with that colonization theme. Not only are they like appropriating settlements, like they're taking over, colonizing the settlements, but they're also doing wealth accumulation, right? Which colonization is linked to capitalism inherently, because like the capitalist profit motive is part of the imperial and colonial imperative, which is to say that imperialism, I guess like there are a few ways to define imperialism, but if we're looking at like Lenin's definition of imperialism, that's the highest stage of capitalism. Basically, like imperialism as a force is not like a desire to dominate in and of itself, like to it's not a desire to dominate others in other kind of countries and other places in and of itself, but to accumulate wealth and profit from them, which is what we see in imperialism in all its forms, whether that's settler colonialism or kind of corporate or neo-colonization from the East India Company to kind of modern kind of financial colonialism today, which Kwame Nkrumah talks about in his book on neo-colonialism. So yeah, that is continuing that theme for sure, which is really interesting. David is either very stupid or he knows this. Yeah, I agree.
Who the fuck are you? Wouldn't be in this mess if you hadn't gone all trigger happy on David's family.
Take cover.
Fuck him. I'd do that little bitch again just to see her head pop.
You sure as hell are stupid, ain't you?
You only just realizing that now?
I told you. Joan is on the warpath. Last thing we need is people getting wind of all this stuff.
Look at all this shit. We're frickin' rolling in it.
I'll give you that.
Just glad we found some more smokes. That shit is the new gold.
None of this shit belongs to you, assholes.
Yeah, hypocrites.
David?
I thought better of you, Max. I really did.
David, come on, man. We're a unit. There's no need for...
Stop him! He's getting away!
Have we met Joan? I think Joan is that woman with the cake.
Get Badger!
But I don't remember. Sorry guys, just getting through the QTEs. Shit.
Ever since the junkyard, you've been nothing but a fly in my way. If I'd have known you were David's brother, I'd have shoved that gas can down your throat and lit you up like a candle. But this'll do.
The sound design on some of these segments are really good.
Fucking Garcias. Oh, you shook my goddamn guts out.
What was I supposed to do?
Fuck.
This is for Mariana. She was a sweet little girl, just minding her own business.
Not anymore. Fuck her, and fuck you too.
What kind of fucked up prick do you gotta be to say that about a child who, like, never did anything?
Get it over with. Come on. What are you waiting for?
We've got to move. No point drawing it out.
Trip will remember that. Just wanted the satisfaction
That's
of
enough, man.
crushing his skull.
He's gone. For God's sake, Javi.
Just one for good measure, you know? Just wanted to get the anger out a little bit.
He's all yours.
Oh, he's dead as fuck. Yeah.
Stop. Please.
Raiding, looting, you betrayed who we are.
Okay, David, you fucking
You
idiot.
betrayed Richmond.
Come on, David. This is
Thank
Richmond.
you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Stupid, stupid, stupid prick.
What's that supposed to mean?
I ain't got nothing to say.
There's no use holding out, Max. The best you can do is make things right.
We weren't doing it without support inside Richmond.
Yeah, obviously. You fucking idiot, David.
Joan was in on it. We did it on her orders. She said we needed it to survive. I wanted to let you in, but she told me you'd never go for it. I'm sorry.
It is too late for Sara, you backstabbing shitbag.
Please, don't kill me. I'll help you. I'll tell everyone in Richmond about this. I'll help you get back inside. Expose her to the others.
We don't need your help.
I'm begging you.
David will remember that. I knew she was gonna be sus. She had a vibe. Yeah, she did. She did. She had a suspicious fucking vibe. It's true.
Where's Lonnie?
He gave us the slip. Hightailed it back towards Richmond.
Son of a bitch. If he warns Joan.
What about the other two? Oh.
What? It's good riddance. That son of a bitch killed Mariana.
Did that make you feel better?
Oh, shut
I
up,
wouldn't shed any
Paul.
tears if I were you.
Maybe I'm shedding them for your brother.
Hey, man. Back the fuck off. I don't need a lecture from you.
You need it from someone.
Shut up, Garrus.
You don't want to become the thing you hate.
Javi's earned my trust. And if any of you had any brains, you'd say the same.
Yes!
I'm sure you did the right thing. Sometimes there's just no other way to make things right. My friend took a crowbar to someone once.
My people need to know about what we found here.
What about your missing friends?
I'm surprised you care. Human life isn't exactly high on your list of priorities.
And this is why we're not calling him Jesus. I'm not gonna get into a whole theological thing about it, because whatever. But I feel like the idea that Jesus is always represented as this, like, calm pacifist, or, like, understood or represented as this, like, calm pacifist, turn the cheek kind of guy is so reductive. It's just so fucking reductive. Because I feel like it's a bit heavy-handed that they have this guy and he's like, my friends call me Jesus. And now he's being like, I can't believe that you killed a man, and I can't believe that you wouldn't let David in, and I can't believe this, that, and the other. You have to be the bigger person. You have to turn the other cheek. So that feels like slightly heavy-handed to me, lol. But that's not all that Jesus was about, you know, because Jesus hated a fucking oppressor. He hated a fucking oppressor. And Jesus, he got angry, you know? He hated capitalists. He hated the greedy, you know? It's just, that's just not what I hate it. It's a pet peeve, sorry. It's among my many other religious interpretation pet peeves, but whatever. Can't believe this white man is calling himself Jesus and then trying to tell the brown guys they're not moral. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Charlotte. Fucked.
Don't have time to keep looking. They'd want me to get home and warn them. So that's what I'm gonna do.
You sure you'll be okay on your own?
To be honest, I think my odds are better than yours. I won't forget about you. You have my word.
It's a shitstorm out there, man. I don't see how you're gonna make it.
One step at a time.
Whatever.
We need to get back to Richmond fast. I have loved ones in there.
We both do.
We all do.
That's right.
I gotta break Eleanor out of there.
I'm getting him
Once
back.
she's safe, I'm gonna tell her how I feel.
You do that, Trip.
Hey, if the mess never washes out, might as well get neck deep.
We're gonna need allies in Richmond. Lingard and Clint, they're our best bet. If I can get to them before Joan does, maybe we have a chance. I know I was ready to say goodbye before, but I can't do this without you. Can I count on you? I won't be able to pull this off myself.
I'll back you up, but I'm doing this for Kate, not you.
Fine. As long as we get it done. If Lonnie raises the alarm, they'll be waiting for us at the gates. There's a way in round back that'll get us around any sentries. We can take Badger's truck.
I doubt he'll mind.
Come on, we gotta get on the move. Herd's closing in.
Please forget about us. At Paul/Jesus. Also, just a reminder that Jesus was a brown guy.
Thinking this will go a lot better if we split up.
From
A
Palestine.
group this big can't exactly sneak around, particularly if they're expecting us.
Eleanor's in there somewhere. I'm going after her.
Lingard brought her to the clinic. That's your best bet. Javi, that's where you'll go to get Kate and Gabe. Then bring them to my house. It's the one with the raven on the hitching post. We'll all meet up there. After I pay a little visit to Joan. Stay out of sight. They'll be keeping an eye out for us.
As soon as I can get Kate and Gabe, we'll see you back at the house.
Roger that.
Okay, whatever, military guy.
I'll scout ahead.
What about you, Clem?
I'm pretty sure I've still got some friends in the New Frontier. If they know where AJ's being held, they'll tell me. As soon as I find him, taking that truck and getting the hell out of here.
Well, you are owed a vehicle.
Keep an eye on David. He may be playing nice, but I'd still watch your back.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm with you.
I'm with you, Clem. He rubs me the wrong way. As soon as I get Kate and Gabe, I'm gonna figure out what's best for us.
Well, I hope it involves getting far away from here. But you're no dummy. Your instincts have been right most of the time. I know you'll make the right call.
Means a lot to me that I managed to earn her trust.
See you when I see you.
David said to hang a ride up at that corner. Seems clear so far.
Let's move.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to kind of like, know that I don't understand the full extent of the relationship between David and Javi, and, I'm sure that...
You know Javi Garcia? Used to play shortstop for Baltimore.
That Javier
But
Garcia?
he's made it so
That's who we're looking
difficult
for?
Yeah.
to,
That Javier Garcia.
to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Anyway, sounds like some paranoid horse shit. Guy's a fucking ball player.
There's the medical center.
He's gonna go ninja his way back in here and stir up trouble.
We go in, we get Elle, we get Kate and Gabe, we get out.
What about our friends there? Doesn't exactly look like a welcoming committee.
Alright, let's hang out here for a while. Smoke break.
Damn it. We need a distraction. How's your throwing arm?
Well, I am a ball player.
What the hell was that?
Let's check it out.
You go first.
Still got it.
Find Elle. Tell her we have to move Kate.
You got it. I'll meet you here.
Gabe is gonna put up a fight. Potentially.
We thought you were... I was super worried.
Are you guys okay? They didn't hurt you, did they?
No, we're fine.
They said you guys were denied entry.
It's true. We're on borrowed time. The people who run this place, they're ruthless. We have to move.
Where's my dad? Is he coming?
Don't worry, buddy. We're gonna go meet up with him.
Excuse me?
David has a house in town. He thinks we'll be okay there.
I'm sorry, Kate. I don't really...
Wait, Javi? While you were gone, this woman, Joan, came by. I felt like she was sizing me up. It was creepy. She implied David was in trouble. Like, he was no longer in charge. She kept saying Gabe and I didn't need to worry, but it only made me worry more. I got a bad feeling from her.
She's a scary lady. But don't worry. David's gonna handle her. He knows what to do.
Scary how?
The people who shot you answer to her. She ordered raids on other settlements. We found all this stuff from Prescott.
She was behind Prescott?
David's rounding up allies to confront her
We
right
just,
now.
Javi, I know you know this already. This is not our fight. We already lost Mari because of these people. Now, the whole place is about to become a war zone.
The only thing I care about is keeping you safe.
Then you know we can't get involved.
They will remember that.
What's going on? Tripp said we had to move to David's house.
Can we not have this conversation right now?
We're getting the fuck out of Richmond before it's too late.
Can we just leave?
You shouldn't even be sitting
Come
up.
on.
What? What about my dad? We can't just leave him.
Gabe, we don't even know who he is anymore. We have to get away before he gets us all killed.
Well, to be honest, I'm gonna side with...
He won't know where we are. Again!
No, I'm with
we can't
Kate.
go back to how things were
No,
before.
I'm with Kate on this.
I'm sorry, Gabe. But we have to get out of here.
If we're leaving, I've got to get some things for the
I
road.
said what I said because I
All my
wanted to
stuff is
calm
stashed in the room
Gabe
that
by saying, like, oh, don't worry, like, we're gonna meet up with him.
I'll come with you.
Not because I, like, actually
catch up
care
with you
about
guys.
meeting up with him.
Sounds good. Gabe, come help.
I got it.
Come on, buddy.
I'm not going, Javi.
What?
I'm gonna find my dad. I have to.
Gabe, please don't do this.
I'm sorry. I love you, Uncle Javi, but this is something I have to do.
Gabe, no.
Kate.
No. Please, Gabe. Please. I never thought I could be a mom. I never thought I wanted to be a mom. Until I met you and your sister. I'm begging you, don't do this.
It's my dad, Kate. I can't lose him again.
And I can't lose you.
Kate, come on. We have to respect his decision.
I can't. Look at me, Gabe. Please.
I think this is a terrible decision, but I'm not gonna, like, if he's committed to this, then I just can't I can't force him. I don't want to force him. It sucks, but he's gotta make his own decisions and he's gotta learn from them.
It's his father, Kate. It's what he wants. And this is what you want. What we want.
We got so close in the last few years. I thought Gabe would want to stay with us.
Yeah, it's sad.
I really saw him as my kid. I guess he didn't feel the same way.
He's growing up fast, Kate. We have to trust him to do what's right.
Kate will remember that.
I know. It's just hard to say goodbye.
Okay, good. I'm satisfied. We're in a good place with this for now.
I'd hold it there, folks. And I'd consider explaining yourselves. I'd talk fast. Fast and clear.
Easy now. We were just on our way out.
That's him, right? The brother? Thought so. Bring him in.
Come on.
Kate, run!
Fuck. I swear to God, if Kate dies now. Run, Kate, run!
I don't like your tone, David. If this is about your brother...
Don't pretend like you don't know what this is about. You've got a lot to answer for.
Me? You must be joking.
What's this?
They were trying to leave. Him and his lady friend.
Leave? I asked you to get Kate and Gabe safe, not tuck your tail and run. Were you really gonna desert me when I needed you most?
Richmond's not safe. It's no place for an injured woman and a boy.
So you were just gonna leave me to it, huh? Where are they now?
Girl got away. No sign of the kid.
We'll deal with this later.
God, I hate you!
Despite what we all agreed, you smuggled your brother back into Richmond. What happened to you, David? It hurts me to see you betray your own people.
You've got some damn nerve.
We used to be so close. Now I hardly know who you are.
You can talk. If anyone betrayed Richmond, it's you.
What are you people talking about?
So this is your play? First you accuse Badger, then you come after me.
Would someone please explain what's going on?
Okay.
I can.
Lonnie?
Go ahead, Lonnie, tell us.
They attacked us. Murdered Max and Badger.
You son of a bitch.
They would have got me too. But I was lucky.
They would have killed us if they'd had the chance.
You admit murdering our people.
Those assholes were raiding other settlements, killing and looting on Joan's orders.
Is that true, Joan?
It's nothing but a smoke screen. A pretty damn transparent one, if you ask me.
Lonnie, please tell me this isn't true.
We did that. Raided those communities. Hurt those people. Because David told us to. Not Joan. I'm sorry, David. I can't do this anymore.
This is wrong. I am asking you, please, tell them the truth.
Oh, okay.
This is bullshit. He's covering for
Yeah,
Joan.
someone walking
David,
away.
just stop. We knew this couldn't last forever. We confronted him. Me, Badger, and Max. We were done. We let him know. He said he didn't need us anymore. Not with his brother here now. That's when Badger and Max...
That's enough!
David, stop!
Paul, you have to stop her. Or the blood from those raids, it's on your hands. Don't let Joan get away with this.
Paul, you don't know me very well, but my brother's your friend. He wouldn't do what they're saying. You know that.
Maybe we should sleep on this. Give everyone some time to cool down.
No. Don't try and drag him into your mess. The things you've done, they're an assault on what we built here. You and your brother, you're going to have to answer for them.
I still have friends here. Allies. This won't stand.
You brought this on yourself, David. I'm sorry to say it, but you're done here.
They were our family, David. How could you?
It's quite interesting because it's like the way that it's being presented is like
I'll give you family.
potentially as a conspiracy from inside Richmond as opposed to like what Richmond is. But there's a lot to be unpacked there in the sense that, like, I mean, Max obviously said, like, this is Richmond, this is what Richmond is. So I think you could interpret it as, like, oh, it's a conspiracy from inside, but, like, overall the intention is good, blah, blah, blah. Or more how I would, which is that the people who think that Richmond is, like, good and that they're good people and they're doing good things are fucking deluded, which is very colonizer behavior, right? Like, they do locking people up and killing people and all of that, and they think it's, like, for the greater good and blah, blah, blah. And then when people do this, like, raiding settlements and blah, 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 they're like, oh my god, like, I can't believe you would do that. But, like, how are you getting the food and the resources that you're getting? What do you think that people are doing? You know what I mean? So I think that that's kind of more how I interpret that. This is why I think keeping Max alive is a good idea, because he offers to vouch for you. Yeah, I can see that, and I kind of had a second where I thought maybe that would be a good idea, but then I was just like, I don't really trust him. So yeah, so I just killed him. Okay, let's go through choices. Did you honor your brother's request? You and 65.7% of players demanded justice for Mariana's murder. So that's like almost... That's pretty much 2/3 of people. Did you try and save AJ? You and 84.9% of players injected AJ with the medicine. Huge margin. How did Badger die? And there are a few options. You and 66.7% of players destroyed Badger's skull. 5.4% of players killed Badger quickly. 22.6% of players let Badger turn. And 5.3% of players let someone else kill Badger. So overwhelmingly, like 2/3 of people have chosen to kill Badger to destroy his skull. Yeah. What was Max's fate? You and 43.5% of players killed Max or watched David do it. So I'm actually in the minority for that. Which is interesting. It's interesting that David can do it as well. Who did you side with in the end? You and 46.7% of players chose to leave with Kate. So that one is a bit more split, but slightly more people are choosing to stay with Gabe and David, which is interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think the AJ choice is not, like, I don't think that that's a very difficult one, so I'm not surprised by that. Unfortunately, I think that part of what I've learned throughout playing this game is that there's, like, a segment of Walking Dead fandom which really loves and really defends Kenny, and considering that, it's not that much of a far stretch for me to see that the same sort of person would side with David and would like David a lot. But I do find that annoying. Okay. Okay. That's episode 3.